Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another Mr. 2013 video, and today we are doing another Doctor Who DVD review of Doctor Who, the complete 6th series, starring, requested by DRWHOTUBE. So thank you very much, DRWHOTUBE, for requesting this DVD review. I shall post a link to his channel down in the description below. And also, if you want to make a request for a DVD review, feel free to check out my Doctor Who DVD collection as of July 2014 and see what DVDs I have. So, yeah. So, first of all, you know what, we're just going to dive right into this. Doctor Who, the complete 6th series. So, since this was released after 2010, we have the new BBC DVD logo up here, the one that everyone hates. And oh my god, this cover art is a thing of beauty. We have the Doctor at the front there, Amy to his right, Rory to his left, and to his left we have River Song. We have lots of lightning in the air, and TARDIS, and the logo's embossed. Oh my god, I love this cover art. Doctor Who, the complete 6th series, it's rated 12. Then on the spine we just have the same thing as we did with Series 5, you know, blah blah blah. Same thing with the other side as well, except Series 5 was rated PG and this is rated 12. So, on the back, we have pretty unique pictures here, actually. We have different boxes with different pictures. We have the dolls from Night Terror, the Flesh from Rebel Flesh, and the Honest People. I've forgotten the name now, actually, of that character. Idris and nephew and the Doctor's wife. The Cyber Leader, I think from Closing Time. Excuse me. Assailant from, I think that picture's the wedding of River Song. Madame Kavarian from different parts of Series 6. And Dorian from A Good Man Goes to War and The Wedding of River Song. Starring Matt Smith, Karen Gillan, Arthur Darvill, Alex Kingston. The complete 6th series includes A Christmas Carol, The Impossible Astronaut and Day of the Moon, The Curse of the Black Spot, The Doctor's Wife, The Rebel Flesh and the Almost People, A Good Man Goes to War, Let's Kill Hitler, Night Terrors, The Girl Who Waited, The God Complex, Closing Time and The Wedding of River Song. Special features include 5 Night and the Doctor additional scenes, 2 comic relief sketches, commentaries, 4 The Monster Files, 5 prequels, trailers, 14 Doctor Who Confidential cutdowns, and Doctor Who Confidential A Knight's Tale. And as you can see here, this for some reason this one's a bit scraped or damaged or battered or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, I think that's where it connected with the Series 5 box set, if you didn't see that on the logo when I did my Series 5 box set review. Anyway, enough about that. Then we have the boring information no one cares about on go. So, presentation-wise, we have a beautiful outer sleeve cover here. So, you know what, let's just take off the sleeve, and inside we are greeted by the Doctor there with the Impossible Astronaut. To the side, Doctor Who, the complete 6th series. On the spine, it's basically set out the same way as the complete 5th series was. We have the WBBC, the complete 6th series, and the Silent there. BBC to entertain all that. Then on the back we have Rory and Amy. Executive producers Stephen Moffat, Piers Wegner, and Beth Willis. Same as Series 5. Here we have some boring information there no one cares about. So, inside here, in Series 5 we had a thing where, we had a piece of art, I think we had a bit of art here, but instead we have River Song with a quote. Demons run when a good man goes to war. Night will fall and drown the sun when a good man goes to war. Friendship dies and true love lies. Night will fall and the dark will rise when a good man goes to war. Demons run but count the cost. The battle's won but the child is lost. So, you know what? There we have the full picture of the of this DVD cover. We have River Song, then the Impossible Astronaut with the Doctor, a Silent, and Amy and Rory. So that's pretty nice there. Then inside, after we get this, we have, excuse me, a bit of a comic strip, a piece of art similar to the complete 5th series that pretty much sums up the whole series, you know. Time, 5:02 PM, except this is a bit of a comic strip. Location, Lake Silencio, Utah. We've got a bunch of pictures here. I've been running faster than I've ever run. And I've been running my whole life. Now it's time for me to stop. And tonight, I'm going to need you all with me. I'm just trying to add some sort of intense music. I don't know. Death date, 24th of April 2011. The Doctor. So, unlike Series 5, unfortunately we have no forward by Stephen Moffat here, so, or anyone else, so we're just gonna dive right into the content of the discs. Disc 1, A Christmas Carol. The Doctor has 1 hour to save a crashing spaceship and the Mrs. Soul. But what lurks in the fog? Written by Stephen Moffat, directed by Toby Haynes, produced by Sanna Wallenberg, or whatever. Special features include Doctor Who Confidential, Christmas Carol, Comic Release Sketch Space, Comic Release Sketch Time. Wait, where's Doctor Who at the Proms 2010? It was on the vanilla release of A Christmas Carol, so why isn't it on here? Anyway, Disc 2, The Impossible Astronaut. The Doctor is summoned to assist the President saving a terrified little girl from a mysterious spaceman. Written by Stephen Moffat, directed by Toby Haynes, produced by Marcus Wilson. Day of the Moon. The Doctor mounts a rebellion against an alien invasion dating back to the very beginnings of human civilization. Written by Stephen Moffat, directed by Toby Haynes, produced by Marcus Wilson. The Curse of the Black Spot. The Doctor must solve the mystery of the disappearance of a pirate crew at the hands of a beautiful siren. Written by Stephen Thompson, directed by Jeremy Webb, produced by Marcus Wilson. Special features include commentary on The Impossible Astronaut, Monster Fowl and the Silence, and Episode 1 and 3 prequels. Disc 3 we have The Doctor's Wife. By following a Time Lord distress signal, the Doctor puts Amy, Rory and his beloved TARDIS in great danger. Written by Neil Gaiman, directed by Richard Class, produced by Sam Wahlberg. Yeah, I'm just going to call it Sam Wahlberg. The Rebel Flesh. A solar tsunami liberates doppelgangers from their human originals in a futuristic factory. Can the Doctor prevent all-out civil war? Written by Matthew Graham, directed by Julian Simpson, and produced by Marcus Wilson. The Almost People. The Doctor must convince a terrified factory workers to work with their doppelgangers to overcome a monster of their own making. Written by Matthew Graham, directed by Julian Simpson, and produced by Marcus Wilson. Special features include commentary on The Doctor's Wife, commentary on the Rebel Flesh, Monster Fowl on the Gangers, and A Night of the Doctor additional scenes times 4. Then we have Disc 4, which is A Good Man Goes to War. The Doctor assembles an army to face the Battle of Demon's Run, and River Song has something to tell him. Written by Stephen Moffat, directed by Peter Hoare. Okay, now it's not spelt like that, but just the way I pronounced it, it's an unfortunate last name. And produced by Marcus Wilson. I'm sorry for being immature. Let's Kill Hitler. The TARDIS crash lands in 1930s Berlin, bringing the Doctor face to face with the greatest war criminal in the universe, and Hitler. Written by Stephen Moffat, directed by Richard Sr., produced by Marcus Wilson. Night terrors. Every child is scared of monsters, but George is terrified. Need please for help. Please for help. Reach the Doctor, because George's monsters are real. Written by Mark Gatiss, directed by Richard Clark, produced by Sam Wahlberg. The Girl Who Waited. Amy is trapped in a quarantine facility for victims of an alien plague. Can Rory save her before she is killed by kindness? Written by Tom McCree, directed by Nick Hurren, produced by Marcus Wilson. Commentary on A Good Man Goes to War, Monster File and the Antibodies, Episodes 7 and 8 prequels. Disc 5, we have The God Complex. The TARDIS lands in a hotel where every visitor's room contains their deepest, darkest fears. What lies in wait in the Doctor's room? Written by Toby Whithouse, directed by Nick Curran, and produced by Marcus Wilson. Closing time. The Doctor's final days are upon him. When he drops in on an old friend, the Cybermen are waiting. Written by Gareth Roberts, directed by Steve Hughes, and produced by Dennis Paul. The Wedding of River Song, by the shores of Lake Silencio in Utah. All of this time, and all of time and space hangs in the balance, because this is the day the Doctor dies. Written by Stephen Moffat, directed by Jeremy Webb, and produced by Marcus Wilson. Special features include commentary on The Wedding of River Song, Monster File and the Cybermats, Episode 13 prequel, trailers, Night of the Doctor additional scene, Disc 6, special features. We have 13 Doctor Who Confidential cut downs, and Doctor Who Confidential and Knight's Tale. So, yeah, now we're going to take a look at the discs. So, first of all, we have Disc 1, which includes A Christmas Carol, which has the shark on it. Disc 2, we have The Impossible Astronaut and Day of the Moon and The Curse of the Black Spot with a silent. Disc 3, The Doctor's Wife and the Rebel Flash and the Almost People with a ganger. Disc 4, we have A Good Man Goes to War, Let's Kill Hitler, Night Terrors and The Girl Who Waited with Strax. Disc 5 with The God Complex, Closing Time and The Wedding of River Song with the Cyberman. And finally we have Disc 6, which is Doctor Who Confidential Cut Downs and A Knight's Tale. And behind that we have Madame Kovarian. Dun dun dun! I don't know what I was doing there, to be honest. Yeah, Madame Kovarian. Unlike the Series 5 box set where we had the DW logo. Right, so that does it for the packaging of the complete 6th series. Now for my thoughts on the story in general. Now, first of all we have A Christmas Carol, which is the 2010 Christmas special, which is okay. Nah. It's not very good. It's a bit crap. It's round about average, really, on par with all the other Christmas specials. It starts out really well, but I really love the first 15 minutes. And Michael Gambon is a really, really good actor, but there it's nothing too special. The Impossible Astronaut and the Day of the Moon is a really good story. A great introduction for a great way to kick off Series 6 with the Doctor dying, and well, the Doctor quote unquote dying, And you know what, Richard Nixon and everything, and the entire plot introducing the silence was great. Unfortunately though, thus far it is the only decent silence story we've had. Then we've had The Curse of the Black Spot, which, The Curse of the Black Spot, that's probably... Nah, you know what? No. Sorry. Steve Thompson cannot write Doctor Who at all. He would later go on to write the crappy Journey to the Centre of the TARDIS, and you know what? The Curse of the Black Spot, this was his first script, and you know what? It's not good. And I have not got my hopes up for when he writes Time Heist in Series 8. That is going to be awful. I have low expectations. It could be good, but I'm not holding my breath at all for Time Heist because his other two scripts were flipping garbage, including The Curse of the Black Spot. But anyway, The Doctor's Wife, written by Neil Gaiman, thankfully is a very, very good story. Unfortunately, Neil Gaiman would bring us a slight disappointment the following series with Nightmare in Silver, but The Doctor's Wife still holds up really well. And you know what? It's a fantastic story, fantastic episode, written by one of the most successful book writers ever. Then we also have, The Doctor's Wife, we have The Rebel Flesh and the Almost People. Oh my god, why did you get Matthew Graham back to write a flipping 2-part boredom fest? Matthew Graham previously wrote Fear Her in Series 2, and that was already one of the worst received Doctor Who stories ever. So why bother getting him back to write The Rebel Flesh and the Almost People? It makes no flipping sense unless you want Doctor Who dead. But thankfully after that we have A Good Man Goes to War, which is actually a really, really, really good story. We find out that the River Song is Amy and Roy's daughter, and you know what? I'd say it's, other than The Day of the Doctor, it is the last decent script that Moffat wrote, because everything after that was either meh or downright terrible, with the exception of The Name of the Doctor and The Day of the Doctor. But after A Good Man Goes to War, we have the start of Series 6 Part 2 with Let's Kill Hitler. What the hell happened here, Moffat? This was, Let's Kill Hitler is basically the start of a chain of really bad / mediocre stories in a row, and you know what? Let's Kill Hitler is a bad start to that chain. It is downright terrible, just dumb, subplots everywhere. It's the equivalent of the Doctor Who equivalent of the Amazing Spider-Man 2, sort of like how I said before. Time Lash is the Doctor Who. Sorry, it's the Amazing Spider-Man 2 equivalent of Doctor Who, just like how I said earlier that Time Lash is the Spider-Man 3 equivalent. Is the Doctor Who equivalent of Spider-Man 3. But yeah, so Let's Kill Hitler, not very good at all, not good. Night Terrors, however, is thankfully pretty good, written by Mark Gatiss, who is obviously a really good writer, who wrote, and he would later write An Adventure in Space and Time, which become one of the best things to air on British television ever. And also he wrote the best episode of Series 7, which was Cold War, so yeah. And he's writing the Robots of Sherwood in Series 8, which I'm looking forward to. The Girl Who Waited, written by Tom McCree, who also wrote Rise of the Cybermen and The Age of Steel. Rise of the Cybermen and The Age of Steel was a damn good story. And you know what? The Girl Who Waited is even better. This is my second favourite episode of Series 6, the first being Doctor's Wife, but it's worth a 10 out of 10 easily. I know some people don't like The Girl Who Waited. Personally, I don't see why, because I think it's absolutely brilliant. Voice crack. but still, it's a marvellous story and really, really touching. So, yeah. Girl Who Waited, really, really, really good story. It's absolutely fantastic. One of the best of the new series. Then after that we have The God Complex, which is meh. It's okay. I mean, Toby Whithouse isn't really a great writer to begin with. I mean, let's see, what else did he write? School Reunion, that was okay, but it was bloody overrated. He also wrote The Vampires of Venice, which was pretty fun. And later, for Series 7, he wrote A Town Called Mercy. A Town Called Mercy was just meh. And that's the equivalent of that's what the God Complex is as well. Meh. Unfortunately. But, you know, I have some good moments. It's okay. It's better than a lot of other episodes on this box set. Then we have Closing Time, which is a bloody awful Cybermen story. James Corden, I usually find him funny, but not so much in Closing Time. I didn't even find that funny in The Lodger, really. But Lodger was watchable, but Closing Time is just... It ruined the Cybermen. It dug them into a deep hole that it's probably... Unless Moffat... I mean, Nightmare in Silver has brought them back a little bit, but unless Moffat really delivers with the finale, with the Series 8 finale... I think with Closing Time, the Cybermen dug a hole in that they're probably never going to get out of. Well, Nightmare in Silver sort of helped them, but I don't know. Because Nightmare in Silver was pretty good, but it was still disappointing. Wasn't great. Anyway, that's for Series 7. Then we have probably the third worst. Yes, I said third, it's not the worst. No, sorry, second worst series finale of the new series. The Wedding of River Song. And the only one that's worse than it is The Stolen Earth and Journey's End. Yes, that's the worst season finale, you've heard me. The Wedding of River Song is... not good at all. No one likes it from what I've heard. Like, everyone I know doesn't really like it. I don't really blame them, to be honest. It's not a good story. It's a complete mess. It's like Let's Kill Hitler, really. It's not good. It's crap. It's really, 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 really crap. But yeah. So, yeah. But special features on this box set, unfortunately there's not as many as there were on the first 5. But anyway, let's get into my final verdict. Overall, Doctor Who, the complete 6th series, it's a downgrade from Series 5. I'm not going to lie, it is a downgrade. And you know what? I'd say... it's probably the second weakest of the new series, with the weakest being Series 2. Yeah, I said it. And you know what? It's not very good, to be honest. It's, I mean, if you like complex storylines and all that, then I wouldn't really say bother with this at all, because... doesn't really work in that regard, and also the episodes, some of them work as standalone stories, but certain ones just don't at all. That's a black spot, but yeah, so would I really recommend Series 6? If you're just trying to get into Doctor Who, no, I'd recommend Series 5 first, and you know, if you like what you see there, then possibly buy Series 6, because you know, because it's a continuation of Series 5, but you know what, I'm giving this box set a decent 7 out of 10. Actually, you know what, I'll give it an 8 out of 10, because the presentation is just beautiful. There is some special features on here. There's more like than there is on, say, Series 6 Part 1 and Series 6 Part 2. the standalone DVDs. But some of the episodes on here just downgrade it. I only recommend it really if you're a Whovian, like a hardcore Whovian, or if you already bought Series 5 and you liked it and you want to get Series 6, go ahead. So that's going to be that for now. This is Mr. Doctor 113 saying word out, and I shall see you in my next review, which is the last one that I've got planned, which is going to be the Ark. So I'll see you then. This is Mr. Doctor 113 saying word out.